Hi everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. I know this probably won't get uploaded tonight, but it is late Valentine's Day. It is Thursday. I was hoping to make this a live video, but I had a lot of running around with the kids today. I took Leah to Nana's for the weekend because they have a long weekend with President's Day, and so, you know, grocery shopping, getting the nails done, all of that. So it is kind of late. It's like 11 o'clock, but I wanted to film this so that you guys can watch it over the weekend. So we're going to make this card. It is using the new Stampin' Up! Flowering Desert set. But before we do that, Linda Eastman, you are the winner of the Arteza Premium Watercolors. So if you can please email me your address so that I know where to ship it to. Please email me here, nancystamps15@gmail.com. Send me your address and we will get those over to you. Congratulations. Thank you. I do apologize to everybody for how long it took me. Thank you guys for your patience. But Linda Eastman, you won the 7,000 subscriber giveaway, which is the Arteza Premium Watercolor Paints. And I think you're going to be getting the 24 pack. So if you can email me your address, please, I would like to get that information to Arteza so they can send that to you guys. So thank you guys for your patience with that. But let's move on here. So I have a card base already made up, and this is made from the heavy duty Stampin' Up 120 pound Whisper White, 100 pound, whatever it is, Whisper White cardstock. And then this is, these two little panels are cut to 5 by 3 3/4, and this is with the regular Whisper White cardstock, which I think is either, I think it's 80 pound. Like, it's not super, I think the weight on this is 80. I think it's 80 and 100 or 60 and 100. I don't know exactly. It's late. I'm getting a little sleepy. All right. All right. So this is the card I made. I want to show you guys how versatile this set is. I'm not probably going to make this exact card, but I want to show you guys a lot of similar elements on this set. This is a clear photopolymer set. It does come in the DVD case. I move my stamps over to these little Avriel storage bags because it saves space for me, and you want to keep the backing on your stamps when you do that. And all I'm going to do here is take several of the stamps and just mount them to blocks, so you guys will see how super fast it is to mass produce these. So I'm just going to have that guy. And I'm just taking little elements from each one, and we might have to change some things around here, but that's okay. I'm also at the tail end of this head cold that is just super annoying. Like, I have like the little bit of runny nose, some sneezing. It's just a super annoying little head cold. Nothing major. Okay. So I just grabbed a couple of those pieces, put them on little stamping blocks, and I used the front and the back stamping blocks. And okay. So I have these two panels, and the first thing I'm going to do is I have this little ink duster. You can use an ink blending tool or sponges, whatever you have. And I'm going to be using Stampin' Up! In Sahara Sand. And all I'm doing is just grabbing a little bit of that ink and just going to pounce it on the bottom of our panel here. I want it to look like desert, so we want it to be sandy and maybe look like a couple of those, what are those bushes that fly, tumbleweed, right, flies across the desert. And I'm going to do 2 panels to show you how quickly we can make 2 different cards here with this set in no time at all. So that's pretty much done. Simple. Now I have two different colors of green. Actually I have three different colors of green. I have Pear Pizzazz, which is the lighter color. Granny Apple Green, which is a mid color. And then Old Olive is the darkest color. Why does this look like it's so zoomed in? Hold on, guys. Let me move my camera up a little bit here. It really just, I don't know, looks zoomed in for some reason. Oops. As I knock you off the pedestal there. Okay. The mount is sliding down. I'm going to have to adjust that. All right, there we go. So 3 different colors of green. So I'm going to start with this big cactus. I don't know what the official names of cactus are, but I will tell you that I went to Arizona, probably 20 years ago, maybe not that long ago. 15 to 20 years ago. Anyway, I was really taken back by the beautiful scenery and how nice everything looked. And I really liked seeing all these large cactus. It was pretty cool. So all I'm doing here is just kind of inking one side of this cacti, because he's single, right? With the darker green, which was the Old Olive. And then I'm going to take the other side and gently put that in Granny Apple Green here. And because these are photopolymer stamps, I can see exactly which side's getting the lighter color and which side's getting the darker color. And we're going to stamp that down. Now, normally you would start with the lighter color and then go to the darker color, but I had only thought about that after I stamped it. So I'm not even going to clean my stamp. I'm going to go right into the Granny Apple Green, go back into the Old Olive, just kind of doing the sides, the edges there. And I'm going to stamp it on this one. Alright, so 2 different looks there with that guy. And I'm going to put Old Olive away because I think that's a little dark. And I'm going to get out Pear Pizzazz, which is a little lighter than Granny Apple Green. And I have this kind of oblong shape, which is the bottom portion of our other cactus. Same thing, I'm going to ink him all up in the lighter color and then just kind of edge Granny Apple Green and put him over here for this guy. Not even cleaning the stamp, going back into the lighter, which is the Pear Pizzazz. Just edging up Granny Apple Green on there. Over there. Okay. And then there are other appendages to this cacti, so that you can build it up. And that's all I'm doing is going through. Let me move this so you guys can see a little better there. Is just going through and alternating between the 2 ink colors and the different sections of this cacti and stamping them down. And because they're photopolymer, you can see through them. You can put them in different order. You can put them in different places. You can stack them. And there's a tiny little guy on here. You can put them in any direction. Let's do one more. This guy. This guy. I hope everybody had a nice Valentine's Day. I went to Leah's school and got to read to her, which was really cool. They served the kids hot chocolate and things like that, so that was pretty fun. All right, I think that's enough for our little cacti. Actually, no, it's not. No, it's not. I have this little guy here. There we go. Now I feel like it's done. Sometimes you just need one more. Sometimes doing one more overdoes it, but that's okay. I think we're good there. 2 panels. All right, so I'm going to put the green away for right now. We'll get back to some more green in a second. I want to do some yellow, and the yellow that I'm going to use here is Pineapple Punch. And there's this little, I don't know what this image is, like a little desert plant. I don't know what to call it. And I just felt like it looked like it was just a piece of dried plant that had been just kind of hanging out behind the cactus. So that's all I'm going to do with him. Not too much with that guy. Maybe do another half of one hanging off the edge over here. Okay. And then there are these tiny little, I guess you would call them flowers, like buds, which I know that the cacti in Arizona had. This little flower here. I think there's 2 types of flowers, but we're just going to use this one, a little more open flower. And I am using Blushing Bride, and it's just a really light pink, and I'm just going to put that on top of this guy here. And you're only limited by your own imagination. You can make this as colorful and as flowery as you want to make it, or not. I mean, if you're making a masculine card, I don't know that I would put a whole bunch of pinks on it and make it real flowery, but if you're making a just like a hi, how are you, thinking about you note, maybe you want to add a little more color. Now there's a little tinier one which could be a bud. It's again based on your interpretation. I am going to take and assume he's a little bud, and let's see here. Let me stamp him on this guy. I don't know if that guy has flowers or not, but he does now. And I'm using Lovely lipstick for that one. Okay. And while I have Lovely lipstick out, I think I want to use that as my sentiment. So I like this one, You're So Awesome. That looks awesome. Stamped very nicely. And we're going to go back to the greens because there is one other little plant I wanted to put on here. And I think I'm just going to use the Granny Apple Green with this guy. And it's just a little, it almost looks like kind of like an aloe plant to me. And I'm going to get the old olive out again. And I'm stamping him in Granny Apple, and then just the base of him I'm going to just slightly touch the old olive. So can you see that? And just kind of stick him in there. Granny Apple, little tiny bit of old olive. There we go. All right, and then I think we're done with all of our stamping. We just need to add our, what do you call the spines on a cactus? I don't know what you call that. The little prickles. So there's a little stamp for that. I'm going to go in with the old olive on that, and I'm just going to just gently kind of stamp little areas of that and move it into my cacti. And I am not worrying about some of those guys kind of wandering off. That's what makes it look handmade. Okay. Now if it bothered you, you could mask it off and do a little bit of better job of stamping it, but it doesn't really bother me. Okay, I think that's it. We need to do one more sentiment, or I like to leave my cards blank sometimes, so that way if I need to throw together a quick card, I can throw a sentiment on it. I've already used the hi there. We can do this one. This one says, be your own kind of beautiful. And I think I'm going to go back to that lovely lipstick for that one as well. And we'll stamp it at the top of this card. And that's it for stamping, guys. It really did not take a whole lot of time. If you have a couple of stamping blocks out, it makes it go a little faster. If you have a couple of inks out, it goes a little faster. And just play around with your colors and mix and match and see what you think of them. If you wanted to, you could add some blue around the outside, around the top, and do a little sky like I did here. I just took that little... I took like a distress blending tool and just kind of sponged around the outside in blue. And then all you do is just, if you wanted to frame these off and glue them down, or just glue them down and use them as regular note cards, you could do that as well. For any of these places where maybe the ink is just smudged a little and you're not happy with it, you can just take a mono eraser and erase those off, and they will pretty much fade back into the paper. But again, it doesn't really bother me too much because I know that it's handmade, and sometimes those mistakes are nice to show that. Alright guys, so there we go. This is the Flowering Desert set from Stampin' Up. Again, clear photopolymer set. If you're interested in this set, I will link it down below for you, as well as a list of the colors of inks that I used. And Celebration is still going on with Stampin' Up! Right now, so you have, if you spend $50, you get a free item out of the Celebration catalog. If you spend $100, you can either get 2 items or one $100 item, and they just added new items to the Celebration catalog. So I will link my website for Stampin' Up! Down below for you guys, and you can take a look if there's any of those that you're interested in. But this was just showing the versatility of this cute little cactus set, Flowering Desert, for you guys. There we go. I'll show you guys real quick. If you have any questions, post them down below. I'll be happy to answer them for you guys. And if you like this video, I appreciate your thumbs up. And again, I will link my Stampin' Up! Site and the stamp set and the paper and the inks that I use down below. Thanks for watching, guys, and keep on stamping. Bye-bye.